So the big question, if you are a collector or even a user EDC, is which one is better? The Wave or the Surge? And I have a brand new right here, Leatherman Surge, made in USA, right here. So it does come with its own case over here, and it's very similar to the Wave one. They're almost identical. This one is a little bit slightly bigger when it comes to the case. The multi-tool comes with the following. It comes with this. Surprised, this is like a nail file or something. I'm not even sure it actually belonged in here in the first place. I don't even know how you're supposed to even to attach this on that. So that is actually questionable. But between those two, which one is better? First off, let's check it out in terms of weight. The Surge is around 13 ounces. The Wave beats it by a few ounces, and this is all about 9. So that's not actually too bad, because that makes a big difference, especially if you're carrying a bunch of multi-tools with you. The weight does make a difference between them. Between both of them, it's actually almost the same identical tool. They're very similar to each other in terms of everything, but the size, there is actually a big difference between the size. So this one is about 4.5 inches. This one is 4. That one is 1.5 of an inch, and this one is about almost an inch and a quarter or something like that. So about an inch in terms of size between both of those. Now there's a slight other differences as well. Let's open them up. Now this is a new version of this one, of the Wave. It's new, you can tell by looking right here, and this one is interchangeable over here. This one is the same one too. This is also a new version of the Surge. Between both of those tools, you can tell that the biggest difference between them is definitely their size. So if you have bigger hands and you have to do some big jobs, the Surge is the right one for you. If you're a minimalist and you need something for everyday carry, you need something small in size, Wave is going to do it for you because it is much smaller footprint. Now let's check it out and do a comparison between them. This one is like so new that it's kind of stuck together. And it's also occupational hazard. This one is pretty good because it's already been worked out for a while, so it's not too bad. Right here. So what is the big difference between them if you're going to be getting both of them? Let's check out all the different multi-tools and see. So over here we have the knife, the big blade over here. On this one, that's not the blade. The blade itself is nearly identical in terms of size. It's also like super sharp, by the way. Let's check it out. This one about 3 inches. This one almost 3 inches as well. So you're not really getting that much of a difference between both of them. If you need a big blade, you're getting the same amount of a blade but in smaller form. So this one actually wins the Surge when it comes to that. Close that one. For some reason this one doesn't actually close as well. It's probably because it is brand new. Over here we have something that is kind of useless. It's a pair of scissors. I never found the scissors to be too useful in those kind of multi-tools. Also, this thing gets me like all dirty up here too because it's black. I don't know if after a while it stops doing it, but it's definitely something I don't like about too much. On the other side, we have this kind of a blade that you can like, it's kind of like a miniature saw. And let's see if this one has it as well. Yes, it does. It has the same exact tool here too. And just like that, this one is about 3 inches. This one is almost about 3 inches as well. So I don't see any real benefits of the Surge versus the Wave, and the Surge is still a bit more expensive. So those tools are the same thing. Now we do have, that is awesome. Remember I told you before I couldn't figure out the use of this sandal right here. Well, now I did find out. This one is actually replaceable. You can take this thing out of here. Now the question is how you do it. Probably like pull it out somehow. Or I think you have to just unscrew this thing. More likely you have to unscrew this thing and eventually, yep, that's probably the way it is. You unscrew this, this one comes out, and you can replace it with that thing, which is a nail sandal kind of a thing. But although this is very useful sandal, I don't like the way this thing actually looks. You can see how weird this whole thing looks like. And we already have something very similar to it on the Surge, which is kind of like the same thing here. Very similar, although this one is much better. And that's one thing that this one has, and that one does not. But this one does have the same thing, kind of. Not this one, because it's replaceable, but it has the same sandal right here. But this is a good or a bad thing. The reason why this sandal is good and bad is that this one is already on here, so you don't need to replace it. But this one has a better tool. So if you really need just this tool and the ability to replace it, that's actually the superior tool for you. Unfortunately, there's one problem with this. You need another multi-tool in order for you to open this up and get access to it. And that's something that you can't actually just do without having this special tightening screw. And it doesn't come with it. So how are you supposed to do this? Without that, I have no idea. Unless, of course, you have the specific tool to do it. Also, the scissors, I think, is kind of useless. I don't like those scissors. They're better than nothing, but I don't see any use for that specific tool here. So overall, we checked out most of those tools here on both sides. And that's actually it. It doesn't actually have any more big tools except the small ones on the side. And also over here, it got the inches and the centimeters on both ends, and you get a bunch of different miniature tools right here, and you can see how dirty my hands are getting from this, which is a disadvantage from that. So you have two different screwdrivers, the small one and the large one, and a miniature, kind of like a knife, which is like super not sharp because it didn't cut me yet. On the other side, we have the other kind of, you have to press on here so to get them out. And that's another thing. they don't come out that easily. Here is this one. This one is interchangeable, by the way. You may have a can opener. We have a good selection of EDC tools that come with that, and that is a problem. It has to be loosened up just a bit. In terms of using this, if this does break, eventually you can replace this part right here, which is good, or this part right there. It's for an extra fee to replace those things. You can see this thing. One thing I see about this problem is it doesn't close good. I don't know if this is new or just a defective version in the Surge, but I like the Wave. The Wave, you see, it opens up a lot more easy and it closes up really good. So I'm not really sure what is going on here with this specific Surge tool, but I don't like that. Now on the side, this one also sports its own miniature sets of tools here as well. Also not easily to be accessed, but you can get them out, and it does sport a mini scissors, which is something that the previous one had as well. But this scissors right here was much bigger. Look at the different size between both of those. Although for me, I think the small one is actually better than the big one. I just think it is just a large waste of space here to put this as a scissor tool instead of some other much better multi-tool on this side over here. So I think it's a better idea to put it right here. You have to press on this so it moves back in, and it has two more other miniature tools here too. But definitely the biggest problem here is not that. The problem is just getting them out. You have to press on here. You have to try to pull them out. So we have two more miniature tools here, and we do have this tool right now, which will work to open up things. On the other side, make sure to press on this, it gets them out. And that's one thing I don't like about this, is those tools on the side are a bit hard for you to open up to get them out. And this one doesn't even want to come out at all. Try it again. Press on it. This one comes out. The other one refuses to come out. I imagine this is something you need this for EDC, and you have a tool that just totally refuses to get out. And then you're like, what am I gonna do to get this tool out of here? Improvise. That's what you have to do. And it still doesn't go out. Was not expecting that to happen. How do you get it out? Okay, before I hurt myself, I'm gonna be skipping that part. But it does have a can opener as well, which is good. And I think like between both of those tools, this is like a miniature version. This is like almost the same identical tool. We have two different tools that are just like mini-me and the big version. But you know, before you buy any of those, you have to really consider yourself. If you have big hands, definitely this is the best tool right here. But if you want to save a bit of money and the same exact time, you don't need something this big and heavy. This is going to do everything this tool can actually do, and I think it is just a better buy between them. So which one I recommend? I like this one a lot more. I think the small footprint I think in terms of even the pocket that you have for it to be used, in terms of looks, they're almost the same thing, but it just seems that the Wave is just so much better purchase than the Surge, which I like the name, but you know, when it comes to both of those, I recommend this one. So let me know which one you think you like the best, and what do you use your multi-tools for all the way on the bottom of the side of the screen. And if you did like the Geek Tech Show, make sure you sub to it. I want to see you in the next episode of the Geek Tech Show.